The next question is, did I have a boob job? The kid question again. When are you having babies? Baby. Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today is the first day that I am back filming since I came back from Vegas. For those of you who don't know and who don't follow me on my socials, I went to Las Vegas last weekend with my friends to celebrate my best friend's bachelorette party. And let's just say we partied like we have never partied before, and it took me a while to recover. And when I say a while, I mean like 3 days to recover. So today is the first day I actually feel and look like a decent human being. So I thought, what perfect way to celebrate than to film a video. It has been a hot minute since the last time I did a Q&A, and many of you guys have been requesting that I do another one. So that's what today's video is about. Yesterday, I asked you guys on Snapchat and on Instagram to send me all of your burning questions. I asked you to make sure that the questions were as juicy as possible because honestly, I don't want to be repeating or answering the same questions that I've already answered in the past. And I think it's more fun to ask questions that normally other people would not ask. So I'm really hoping there's some nice juicy questions in here for me to answer. And without further ado, I'm going to start off with Snapchat. Okay, here we go. Let me just make sure my volume is on max.
Hi Niki, it's Shivani from India. Can you please tell us about your fitness routine? I really admire your style in fashion and fitness. I know you have a naturally thin body, but please.
She's so cute. So this question was from Shivani. I'm naturally fit, I guess you could call it. Like if I didn't work out, I would still have like an hourglass shape. I'm not skinny by any means, and I don't want to be skinny. I love that I have curves, I have boobs, and I have a butt, and I embrace it. This is me. This is the body that I was born with, and I love my body. I feed my body as if I love it. I work out my body as if I love it. I never do anything in excess. So let me start off with diet. I hate the word diet, but I like to stick with a very clean variety of foods, meaning that nothing I eat is processed. I try to eat as many fruits and vegetables as I possibly can. A lot of lean proteins such as chicken, fish, seafood. I also eat dairy, but in moderation. And when I do eat dairy, I make sure that it is like a regular dairy. I don't get dairy that is like low in fat or no fat, because oftentimes when you take out those fats, you have to substitute the taste and the texture with other chemicals and preservatives that don't naturally exist in that specific product. So the dairy that I tend to have is kefir. I love kefir. I'm saying it with such a Russian accent right now, but I'm so sorry. I don't know how to say it any other way. It's very high in protein and it's amazing for your gut health. And I also have Greek yogurt once in a while, and once in a while I'll have some cottage cheese. That's pretty much the dairy that I eat. And I don't eat any gluten. I don't eat gluten because I'm gluten intolerant. If you guys have been watching me for a while now, you may or may not have heard me mention this several times. When I was younger, I was diagnosed with a gluten intolerance, and I was very sick before I found out what it was. I was super skinny, and I was constantly in agonizing pain. So for that reason, I stay away from gluten whenever I have the chance. If I'm craving something, I'm not going to prevent myself from having it. If I'm craving chocolate or a dessert or ice cream or whatever it may be, I will have it, but I will have it in moderation and I won't have it that often. So I never feel like my body is deprived. One thing that I did was research my blood type. I'm O positive. So what I did was research the types of foods that my blood type thrive on. So for example, my blood type is known not to be able to tolerate gluten and lactose as well as other people, and my body also thrives on protein. I totally notice when I eat more protein, I feel much better. So that's what I've been trying to do, and that's what I've been doing for the last couple years or so, and I feel great. In terms of my fitness routine, I try to do some kind of physical activity on a daily basis, if not on an almost daily basis. I try also not to overdo it, because I feel like when you overdo it, you're just torturing yourself. Like, let's be real. Who can really live in the gym every single day for like 2-3 hours at a time? I know I can't. Yes, I love to feel good. Yes, I love when my body looks and feels as fit as it possibly can be. But at the end of the day, you only live once, and I don't want to be living my life in the gym. So what I try to do is I try to get about 30 to 50 minutes of cardio like every other day, and then maybe 2 to 3 times a week I'll try to do strength training. And when I say strength training, I mean like lifting light weights. I'll do a lot of body weight exercises. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I say that I like to do this 2 to 3 times a week, but in reality, it doesn't happen that often. It will happen maybe once a week. If I'm having a really good week, I'll do it twice a week, but I'm not consistent with it. I wish that I was one of those people that was super, super consistent with it. But right now, with the schedule that I have and with the amount of things that I have going on in my life, it's just not realistic. And my sanity is more important to me than being at the gym. All right, so there's 2 questions here. The first one is, how did you meet your husband? I met him through a group of friends that I used to hang out with. We had some friends in common. We started our relationship as friends before we actually started dating. And this was when I was 14 and he was 16. So this was 13 years ago. The second question by the same person is, how many kids do you want? Ideally, I would like 3, but I've heard that after you have your first, you change your mind. So we'll see. Ooh, this is a good question. Would you write a book someday? I actually have been talking to my husband about this recently, about how I would love to write a book about entrepreneurship, basically talking about my story and how I got started, how I got into my business. I want to just inspire young girls to chase their dreams and not give up even when things get tough, because to be honest, anything worth having in life is hard as fuck and you have to go out there and work for it. I'd really, really love to write a book about my journey and my experiences, and hopefully I can inspire at least one person to follow their dreams. So on that subject, I have a question for you guys. If I were to write a book like that, would you guys be interested in reading it? Because that's something I'd like to know. I love that song. Do you have a question, girl? I guess not. It was just a little dance party. I like dance parties. What had made you first join YouTube, and what would be one of your favorite videos you have uploaded? P.S. I watch your vids all the time. Aw, thank you so much, girl. So I think I mentioned this in the past. The reason why I originally joined YouTube about 3.5 years ago was when I launched my brand, Fancy Hair Extensions. I decided to create a YouTube channel because I thought it would be a great platform to educate girls about how to use clip-in hair extensions if they wanted to, how to incorporate them into different types of hairstyles and whatnot. And then it kind of segued into hair care and all of these random topics surrounding about hair, because I kind of just developed a passion for all things hair, and I really want everyone to feel confident about the hair that they have, because let's be honest, hair is like our security blanket. If we're having a good hair day, we're having a good day in general, right? And one of my favorite videos that I've posted to the Fancy Hair Tutorials channel would probably have to be any videos where I get to just sit down like this and talk to you, because I feel like I am being open and vulnerable, and I can just sit down and kind of have a conversation with my friends. When I'm demonstrating tutorials or how-tos and stuff like that, I don't feel like I can just let loose and be myself. I think that's one of the things that has been really holding me back on my channel, because my channel is so heavily concentrated on demonstrations and tutorials. I don't really have an opportunity to talk to you guys as much, which is why I love videos like this, Q&As where we have like a nice back and forth, and I feel more connected to my community. These are the types of videos that I live for. I love that you guys are sending me so many questions, but I want to see you. So this is from a subscriber from India, and her question is, how should a 17-year-old wear makeup? Because I love makeup. Me too, girl. But I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard for my age. Looking forward for your answer? That is a very, very good question. And anytime someone asks me how I should wear makeup, the one thing you want to keep in mind with makeup is that makeup is there for you to enhance your natural beauty, not to cover it up. When I was younger, I made the big mistake of wearing way too much makeup. I used to wear a ton of black eyeshadow, black liner, mascara. I used to have blue contacts. I had no idea what I was doing when it came to foundation matching. It was always several shades too light or several shades too dark. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. So my number one tip on how to wear makeup is use it to accentuate your natural beauty. If you have a feature on your face that you want to bring more attention to, such as beautiful eyebrows or eyelashes, create the focus around that. When you have too many things on your face that are fighting for attention, it becomes very distracting and it takes away from your beauty. We are all beautiful no matter what our shape, size, or facial features are. So embrace what you have because this is what Mother Nature gave you. Love it, appreciate it, and own it. Yay, a video, but I think it's in Dutch. Have you and your husband ever thought of having a baby? Ooh, I feel like I'm going to be getting this question a lot. So to answer your question, yes, we have been considering about starting a family. I know I asked you guys to ask me any question under the sun, that nothing was off the table, but having kids and starting a family is, I just feel like it's a very personal question and it's a very complicated question to answer, to be honest. So to keep my answer super sweet and short, I'm just gonna say yes, of course, we've thought about having a family. It's something that we definitely do want in the future. When that will be, I have no idea. This next question is, when you dye your hair, how do you still manage to keep your hair so healthy? Now that is a very, very good question because I have been dyeing my hair since I think I was 12. And before I started dyeing my hair was always super long and thick and healthy. And once I started coloring it and bleaching it, it started to thin out. It used to be very brittle. It used to break very often. I got split ends right, left, and center. And now I'm really trying to embrace my natural hair color. Everything from about here to down here is my natural hair color. And then I just get some subtle balayage highlights throughout my hair every 4 to 6 months or so. So I try not to color my hair as often. And also if I do color my hair, I make sure that my hairdresser uses a very good dye. I either use the dye by Pravana or a different dye that my other hairdresser uses, but she always mixes it with Olaplex. Olaplex has literally made such a huge difference in the overall health of my hair. I swear by it. If you guys have no idea what Olaplex is, just Google it. I did make a video on it many months ago. Another thing I do is I don't wash my hair that often. I know that sounds absolutely disgusting, but I have mentioned this on my channel like a bajillion times. I wash my hair every 5 to 7 days, depending on how dirty it is. I can get away with that because my skin and my hair is very, very dry. But if you tend to produce more oil, then obviously you want to wash your hair more frequently. Otherwise, it's just going to weigh your hair down and just damage your hair even more. Washing your hair too frequently will damage your hair, and washing your hair not enough will damage your hair as well. So you need to find that sweet spot for your specific hair and skin type and just work with that. Another thing that I do to keep my hair healthy is that I do DIY hair treatments on my hair very, very frequently. And if you have been watching my channel for a while now, you know that I have been obsessed recently with trying out all of these different DIYs. I'm also coming out with some more DIY hair treatments. And if this is something that you guys want to see more of, please let me know in the comments below, because I personally have a lot of fun experimenting and doing research and making all of these DIYs for you guys. And if you want to see more of them, of course, I will make sure to pump out more of them as often as I can.
Hey Nikki, I was wondering who your favorite non-beauty YouTuber is. And by the way, I love you so much and you're so inspirational to me.
Aww. Ooh, this is a good one because I have a lot of them and they're all very, very different. For example, I really love Phil DeFranco. I love watching him for staying up to date with all my current events. I also really love watching Casey Neistat. I love how laid back and effortless his vlogs are. I think he's one of the most creative YouTubers on the platform. And if I were to ever have another YouTube channel, which would probably never happen, I would want to do just a YouTube channel purely on travel vlogs. I think that would be so cool. Traveling is something that I absolutely love to do, and creating those types of vlogs for me is like creating art. So every time I watch a Casey vlog, I just get so inspired, and I don't know, there's just something about it that makes me so happy. Hey, would you ever consider bringing out your own hair care products like shampoo, conditioner? Because I would totally buy boatloads. Thank you. I'm not sure if anyone else would, but thank you. That is super nice. I don't want to say never, but hair care, creating hair care products is not something that I see myself doing right now. Things could change in the future. It just right now I am working on a lot of projects that are in the works. One in particular that I am working on formulating on my own. So it's taking a lot of time. It's something that I'm extremely passionate about, but it's something that is probably going to take another year until I can actually talk about it. So right now my mind is occupied with creating that, and we'll see, maybe in the future, who knows? I don't know. Do you know? Because I don't. Oh my god, another baby question. I already answered that, so on to the next. Are you ever going to bring out your own makeup line or collaborate with a brand like Morphe? Oh man, you guys really want me just to come out with all of these products and stuff. Would I create my own makeup line? Again, I don't know. Right now, like I said, I'm busy formulating a specific product that I've been super passionate about for a while now, and all my energy and focus is on formulating that. Once that is done and up to my standards and I launch it, and if I get a really amazing response from you guys, then maybe I will consider going into makeup or hair care, because right now I don't know. And in terms of collaborating with a makeup line or hairline, I would absolutely love to do that, but I would love to do it with a brand that I personally love and use all the time. Oh my god. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. The next question is, did I have a boob job? I had a feeling that this question was gonna pop up eventually, so I'm gonna nip this question in the bud. I have a love-hate relationship with my breasts, more so a love relationship than hate. I'm gonna be honest, I love my breasts. I'm very blessed with my breasts. These are my breasts. I was born with these breasts. My entire life, I have always had very perky boobs. And the downside to that is that everyone thinks they're fake, especially leading up to that time of the month. My boobs do tend to get a couple sizes bigger. I do suffer with fibrocystic breasts, hence the hate part of this whole equation. It's nothing to be concerned about. Basically, a couple weeks before every single period, they start to get very sore, they get bigger. And when I say bigger, I mean like 2 cup sizes bigger. I literally have bras in my closet that are completely different cup size that I use during the time I'm getting my period. And I have different bras that I use when I'm not on my period. So this part about my boobs is really annoying. But regardless of their size, whether they're swelling up or their natural shape, they're always perky. And sometimes when I wear certain outfits, it can really accentuate their perkiness and make them look fake. So I hope my answer laid any questions or rumors to rest. Yes, these are my natural breasts. I've never had a boob job. I don't plan on having a boob job because I love my breasts. I don't know what they're gonna look like after I have kids, so I can't say never. I'm super happy with my breasts, other than the fact that I have this fibrocystic situation and I wouldn't change them for the world.
Hi, Nikki. My question for you is, what is your all-time favorite hair product?
Oh, girl, you did not just do that to me. You did not. Oh, this is such a hard one. Oh man. Can I choose like one in every category? Oh god. Okay. If I had to choose just one just one. It would probably have to be the Bumble and Bumble Hairdresser's Invisible Oil, only because it's like a multi-purpose product, and for girls that have dry hair like I do, it is a godsend. So basically what it is just a lightweight oil. You can use it as a heat protectant before using heat styling products. I also love running it through my hair before I'm gonna go out in the sun because of those heat protective properties. And I also like using it as a finishing serum after I've styled my hair. That stuff always makes my hair smell and look so good. So that is probably a product that I would not be able to live without. And I've been using it for like at least over a year for sure. And I always have the product on backup. That's like the one product I always have to have on backup.
Hi Niki, I have a really good question for you. What's your first choice? Burgers or pizzas? I love you.
Okay, so the answer I'm going to give you is probably an answer that you won't like. As I've already mentioned, I have a gluten intolerance, so I don't eat burgers or pizza. I used to eat burgers and pizza when I was younger before I had this whole issue with my gut. When I was younger, I definitely preferred pizza, especially the pizza in Italy. Oof. When I was younger, I went on a European little trip with my family and we went to Naples and had the best pizza I've ever had in my life. I wish that kind of pizza would exist in a gluten-free version of it because I would have that pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All right, so now I'm gonna go over to my Instagram and answer some questions from there. All right, so Emain_Duna, I'm so sorry if I butchered that. I probably did butcher that, is asking, have you ever visited Morocco, ... and are you planning to have kids soon? I probably should have had like a little counter in the corner of the screen calculating how many times I'm asked about babies or kids or this or that. I feel like everybody wants me to get inseminated. I'm just gonna answer the first question if that's okay with you. No, I've never been to Morocco, but I would love to go to Morocco. It looks absolutely beautiful. I have a couple of friends that have been to Marrakesh and I am dying to go. So as soon as I have the opportunity to, I'm there. This question is from Catherine0603. Do you think of doing some kind of meetup? Come to Montreal. I want to see you. I love you, Niki. Montreal. I love Montreal. You don't understand. My husband and I have so many memories in Montreal. We took so many trips there in the summers throughout our relationship, and we have explored pretty much every single corner of Montreal. We love it there. Actually, we should plan a trip back there soon because we haven't been in a while. In terms of having a meetup, I would love to have a meetup in Toronto. I just have no idea how I would go about arranging it, where I would do it. I'm kind of nervous that no one will show up. If this is something that you guys really want, let me know in the comments below. I want to see how many people approximately would be interested in coming to Toronto to meet me. So yeah, leave me a comment down below. This question is from Lisa Marie Anhert. How do you deal with negative people or situations? I don't, honey. I used to take criticism or, negativity or, bad situations to heart, especially when I was younger. But now that I'm older, I'm confident in who I am. I know that when you are behind a screen or when you are behind your phone, it's really hard for people to see your true self and your true colors, especially for someone like me. I feel like I'm really misunderstood. I'm not the best at keeping up with social media. And a lot of the times when I document the things that I'm doing, they're not really in consecutive order. There are a lot of pieces missing. So you guys only get to see the really superficial part of what I'm about. And that sucks. It really sucks because I would love for you guys to get to know me more on a personal level, but it's really hard to do that with the industry that I'm in and with the schedule that I have and with my lack of being really active on social media, like maybe many other people that do this type of thing as a living full time. You guys have to remember that YouTube and social media, that's not my full-time job. First and foremost, I believe I am an entrepreneur. That is what I love. That is what challenges me. That is what fuels my soul. That is what I live and breathe to do every single morning when I get up. Secondary is my YouTube and socials. And I know that kind of sucks to hear, especially if you guys really love watching my videos. I don't want you guys to think that I don't enjoy making these videos. I love making videos, but I see it more as a hobby for me, if that makes any sense. So when people are negative towards me or make all of these assumptions and judgments, I don't take it to heart, because I have to remind myself that they are only seeing the surface of who I am. They don't really know who I am on the inside like my friends and my family do, and that's okay. I don't feel the need to prove myself to anyone. I'm confident in myself and in my achievements and in my own skin, and I'm just living my life like I don't give a fuck. And that's my biggest advice to any of you. If you have a goal or a passion that you are chasing after, do it with every fiber of your being and just ignore the haters, ignore the negativity. You do you, because the only person who will be able to give you everything you want in life is you. This question is from Sarah Rebecca Smith. On nearly every Instagram post, you write a little positive message. How do you, 1, come up with them, and 2, stay so positive? Again, like I said, you guys only see the very surface of who I am and what I do. I do try to stay positive as much as I possibly can, but I'm human. I have bad days and I have good days, just like everyone. I just always try to see the bright side in everything. And to be honest, the times when you see me write a quote under a photo, like an inspiring quote or whatever, most of the time it's reflecting feelings that I'm currently feeling. For example, if I'm feeling really shitty at one of the days and I have a lot on my mind, I tend to either come up with quotes on my own or find them somewhere or just get inspiration from somewhere. And I write a quote a lot of the time to make myself feel better. It's kind of like therapy for me. I don't know if this makes any sense at all, but I can give you a good example. Last summer, I was dealing with a lot of personal issues, and actually some of you kind of felt that through my photos and through my quotes. And those quotes were kind of like this therapy for me that I was writing to heal myself. And as a result, I end up healing some of you guys, which is just mind-boggling. It's amazing to think that I have that connection with you guys. So when you do see me write quotes, a lot of the time it's just my form of therapy to keep myself positive. And the fact that it uplifts you guys and makes you feel more positive, that's just like the cherry on top of the sundae. Okay guys, so I'm gonna wrap it up here because I have been answering questions for the last hour. Whew. I'm probably gonna have to cut this video down. I hope that I answered a lot of the questions that many of you may have had. There are a ton of questions that I didn't have a chance to get to, and I'm so sorry for that, but I want you guys to know that I love and appreciate every single one of you for all of your support. I do wanna try to do these Q&As on a more frequent basis. If this is something that you wanna see and it's something that you enjoy seeing, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments below. I also wanted to remind you guys that I do have a second channel, so if you don't feel like you get enough of me on this channel, you can also follow me over on the Niki Sky YouTube channel. I'm gonna link it above my head or right over here, so if you click that link, it'll take you right on over to my second channel. I want to thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next one.